Some RAV4s sail past 300,000 miles with zero drama, while others start draining wallets long before they should. And the gap between those two realities comes down to one thing: the year stamped on the badge. Pick the wrong one, and you invite hesitation, engine trouble, and repair bills that snowball fast. Pick the right one, and you get the Toyota people trust. So, let's get into the years that turn a simple purchase into a regret you can't undo. Years to avoid. Number 7, 2015 RAV4. Starting our list is the model year many shoppers overlook simply because it seems recent enough to be safe. But the 2015 RAV4 marks the point where low-speed vibration complaints began stacking up in owner reports. And while it didn't reach the severity of later years, the pattern became clear. Drivers repeatedly described a shudder between 20 to 30 miles per hour, along with drivetrain harshness that Toyota struggled to tune out. Several technical service bulletins eventually surfaced addressing torque converter behavior and drivetrain calibration. And while this wasn't catastrophic enough to destroy the model's reputation, it planted the seeds for the wider hesitation issues that showed up in later generations. With over 300 plus combined NHTSA complaints tied to powertrain feel, harsh shifting, and infotainment issues, the 2015 model year sits in that uncomfortable middle ground where the vehicle still works, but long-term smoothness becomes an uncertainty. In a used market where consistency matters, this year is an avoidable risk for anyone shopping above 100,000 miles. Number 6, 2013 RAV4. The 2013 model year launched the fourth generation of the RAV4, and while Toyota nailed fuel economy and safety improvements, early production brought a driveline shake that thousands of owners reported. A distinct vibration at low speeds was the most repeated complaint, and it wasn't the kind of symptom that casual maintenance could hide. This year also carried early issues with the newly designed 6-speed automatic transmission, a unit that saw calibration updates, software patches, and service advisories attempting to tame its tendency to hesitate or feel coarse during takeoff. Add in sun washout problems affecting the infotainment screen, plus multiple reports of faster than expected interior wear, and the 2013 RAV4 becomes a year that simply didn't age well. It's not a catastrophic model year, but when a one-year redesign carries nearly 1,000 combined complaints across reliability databases, it's clear that shopping around it is the smarter move. Number 5, 2020 RAV4. The 2020 RAV4 should have been Toyota's redemption year. It wasn't. Instead of resolving previous tuning problems, Toyota unintentionally carried them straight into the next model cycle. This model year continued to suffer from the same hesitation, delayed throttle response, and abrupt transmission behavior documented in the 2019 launch, creating the unusual scenario where a brand new vehicle behaved like it needed a software patch from day one. Fuel gauge inaccuracies, intermittent brake system warnings, and early reports of drivetrain harshness were common enough that owner forums filled with hundreds of complaints within a single year of release. NHTSA complaints for the 2020 model exceeded 300 early in its life cycle, and Consumer Reports reliability ratings placed it well below Toyota's historical average. It wasn't the disaster of the worst years on this list, but it was a disappointing continuation of the fifth-generation growing pains. When a vehicle is nearly brand new and still develops these issues, the message becomes clear: skip this model year if long-term reliability is the priority. Number 4, 2001 to 2003 RAV4. Now we step into the era where problems shift from annoying to genuinely destructive. The 2001, 2002, and 2003 RAV4 model years suffered from one of the most widespread electronic control module failures Toyota has ever faced. This wasn't simply a glitch or a software hiccup. These ECM problems triggered harsh shifting, unsafe hesitation, and erratic transmission behavior that often led to full transmission failure. Complaint counts for these years are enormous. 2001, over 300 complaints. 2002, over 500 complaints. 2003, well into the 400 range. The underlying cause was an early 2000s electronic design flaw that affected shift timing, throttle control, and internal transmission wear. Many owners faced repair bills exceeding $2,000 to $4,000, and in some cases, Toyota only partially covered the cost depending on mileage and dealership discretion. These model years look simple and sturdy from the outside, but the electronic architecture makes them unpredictable and expensive to maintain. Anyone shopping in the early 2000s segment should skip right past them. Number 3, 2006 to 2008 RAV4. The 2006, 2007, and 2008 RAV4 model years are infamous for a very different kind of problem: intense oil consumption caused by flawed piston ring design in the 2.4-liter 2AZFE engine. this wasn't subtle. Many owners reported burning 1 quart every 200 to 400 miles, and NHTSA complaints exploded as these engines aged. The 2006 model alone had close to 1,000 complaints, one of the highest totals in RAV4 history. Toyota eventually extended warranties on the affected engines, but these extensions expired in 2016, leaving all remaining used models completely exposed. Repair solutions usually involve a full engine rebuild or replacement, often costing $4,000 to $7,000, making these years some of the most financially risky used RAV4s on the market today. Combine that with suspension wear issues, intermediate shaft noise, and water pump failures, and this generation becomes a combination of high maintenance costs and inconsistent reliability. Anyone living in cold or salted road regions faces even more rapid wear, which is why these years consistently top do not buy lists for Toyota's compact SUV lineup. Number 2, 2019 RAV4. The 2019 RAV4 marked the launch of the 5th generation, and while Toyota redesigned everything from the chassis to the powertrain, the result was a year overflowing with problems that simply shouldn't exist in a modern vehicle. This model year became infamous for a dangerous 2 to 3 second hesitation when merging, taking off from a stop, or navigating traffic. Transmission tuning, throttle mapping, and torque converter behavior all contributed to drivability that felt unpredictable, making this one of Toyota's most frustrating modern releases. With 13 recalls, over 200 safety complaints, and widespread issues involving fuel pump failures, transmission harshness, brake system warnings, infotainment freezing, the 2019 model year stands as one of Toyota's clearest examples of a redesign that arrived before it was ready. Consumer reports gave it reliability scores far below Toyota's norms, and owner forums remained packed with unresolved complaints. While updates improved some behavior, the fundamental powertrain calibration issues never fully disappeared. Number 1, 2002 RAV4. And at the top of the list, the worst RAV4 model year ever produced. The 2002 RAV4 is the year that combined the worst of early 2000s electronic failure with the highest volume of catastrophic transmission problems. With over 550 NHTSA complaints, this single year outperformed entire generations in problem count, and its ECM-triggered transmission destruction made it one of the most expensive used Toyota mistakes a buyer can make. Drivers reported violent shifting, sudden hesitation, gear hunting, and complete transmission breakdown long before 100,000 miles. Repair bills regularly reached $3,000 to $4,000, and these failures were so widespread that Toyota ultimately faced lawsuits and pressure to extend warranties. But decades later, every 2002 RAV4 on the used market is now outside any coverage, meaning whoever owns one today is fully exposed to the same expensive risk. This is the model year that taught Toyota some painful lessons, and the one modern buyers should avoid with absolute certainty: years to buy. After walking through the minefield of problematic model years, things finally shift into the territory that made Toyota a global standard for dependability. The truth is that the RAV4 has delivered some of the most reliable daily drivers on the market, and when you land on the right model year, you get a crossover that behaves like a machine engineered to go the distance. So here are the 5 model years that represent the RAV4 at its best. Number 5, 2011 RAV4. The 2011 RAV4 is one of those quiet achievers that never needed any dramatic redesigns or sweeping updates to prove itself. It came from a period where Toyota engineering leaned heavily toward overbuilt components and minimal electronic complexity, and this older style of engineering produced a vehicle that has aged remarkably well. This model year consistently earns reliability ratings above 4.5 out of 5 across multiple databases. NHTSA complaint counts remain low relative to its production volume. And this generation is one of the few compact crossovers that reliably crosses 200,000 miles with routine maintenance alone. Many examples on the used market today still carry original engines and transmissions operating without internal rebuilds, something that speaks volumes about Toyota's manufacturing philosophy at the time. The 2.5-liter engine in this generation, when paired with the 4-speed automatic, is one of the simplest and most robust powertrains Toyota has ever used in the RAV4. It wasn't chasing cutting-edge technology or ultra-tight fuel economy. It was designed to last. Number 4, 2021 RAV4. When Toyota introduced the 5th generation, the early years stumbled because of poor calibration, transmission hesitation, and software immaturity. But by the time the 2021 RAV4 arrived, the manufacturer had already taken 3 full years to refine drivability and address earlier complaints. What resulted was a model year that felt far more cohesive and far more polished than the models that launched the generation. Consumer Reports rated the 2022 model at 94 out of 100 in predicted reliability, and much of that improvement came directly from the refinements tested in the 2021 model year. Transmission response became smoother, infotainment stability improved dramatically, electronic modules received updated firmware, and the suspension tuning felt more balanced than before. The hybrid version also stood out with its 10-year/150,000-mile battery warranty, one of the most generous warranties in the industry, which instantly made it one of the safest hybrid bets for long-term ownership. Complaint counts for the 2021 model remain dramatically lower than the 2019 and 2020 versions, and many of the issues that once caused hesitation or inconsistent throttle response were eliminated. This is the year where Toyota regained its footing and proved that early redesign flaws didn't define the generation. For buyers who want modern tech, modern safety, and modern fuel efficiency without the headaches of earlier models, the 2021 RAV4 stands strong. Number 3, 2010 RAV4. Few model years enjoy the reputation of the 2010 RAV4, a vehicle widely considered one of Toyota's most bulletproof compact SUVs. Owners routinely push these past 220,000 to 260,000 miles, and resale prices remain surprisingly high because buyers know exactly what they're getting, a machine built to outlive most of its competitors. Reliability ratings from Kelley Blue Book, Consumer Reports, and J.D. Power consistently place the 2010 model year in the upper tier. NHTSA complaint counts are low, mechanical failures are rare, and major systems, engine, transmission, steering, braking, show long-term stability. Many used listings still show original drivetrains with minimal oil consumption, which is remarkable given the age. What separates the 2010 model year from its neighbors is the absence of catastrophic design flaws. It escaped the ECM issues of 2001 to 2003. It dodged the oil consumption disaster of 2006 to 2008. And because Toyota wasn't yet experimenting with newer transmissions or complex electronics, the systems inside these vehicles remain simple and durable. This is the RAV4 that buyers on a budget continuously search for. It's the model year that continues to deliver Toyota's classic, uncomplicated reliability. Number 2, 2016 to 2017 RAV4. The 2016 and 2017 RAV4 model years represent the moment when Toyota perfected the fourth generation. After smoothing out earlier kinks and before the risky redesign of 2019, these 2 years delivered exceptional reliability paired with modern technology, contemporary styling, and refined drivetrain behavior. Complaint volumes are extremely low. 2016, roughly 35 to 40 complaints. 2017, even fewer. J.D. Power scored these years between 86 and 87 out of 100, placing them among the highest-rated compact SUVs of their time. Toyota Safety Sense became standard beginning in 2017, bringing advanced safety tech without the electrical instability seen in older models. Mechanically, these years stood out for their consistent transmission tuning and stable 2.5-liter engine performance. Unlike 5th-gen early years, the drivetrain avoids hesitation. Unlike 3rd-gen early years, it doesn't consume oil. And unlike the early 2000s models, there are no ECM nightmares hiding beneath the surface. This duo continues to dominate owner satisfaction surveys because it blends simplicity with refinement. These are the years many consider the hidden gems of the modern used SUV market. Number 1, 2018 RAV4. The top spot belongs to the 2018 RAV4, a model year that has earned its status as the sweet spot for used buyers. It represents everything Toyota got right before the risky redesign of the 5th generation. This was the final year of the 4th generation platform, meaning every major issue had already been ironed out, and all engineering improvements had matured. With only 34 complaints listed across major automotive databases and an 88 out of 100 reliability score from J.D. Power, it's easy to see why this model year maintains such a legendary reputation. The drivetrain is proven, the transmission is predictable, the electronics are stable, and the 2.5-liter engine operates with the kind of consistency buyers expect from Toyota. What makes this year even more appealing is that it retains modern features, updated safety systems, comfortable interior design, usable infotainment. It provides the best combination of long-term dependability, low repair likelihood, solid resale value, and real-world owner satisfaction. If there's one model year that used buyers gravitate toward because it strikes the perfect balance between cost, reliability, and modern usability, it's the 2018 RAV4. Cheat sheet. Buy these. Avoid those. The most reliable RAV4 years cluster around 2010, 2011, 2016, 2017, 2018, and even 2021, creating a stretch of models known for strong engines and stable drivetrains. The trouble years sit on the opposite end, with 2001 to 2003, 2006 to 2008, 2013, 2015, 2019, and 2020 delivering the bulk of transmission, engine, and electrical complaints. These rankings come from complaint volumes, reliability scores, engineering patterns, known service bulletins, and long-term owner data. Choosing the right model year can mean the difference between a dependable 300,000-mile companion and a vehicle that stacks repair bills like it's a second mortgage. If this helped you sort out the minefield of Toyota RAV4 model years, make sure you save the video, share it with someone car shopping, and subscribe to Ride Check so you always stay a step ahead of bad deals and avoid the model years that drain wallets. More real-world buying guides are coming soon, and the next one might save you even more money.